Brian Dunn to give analysis this afternoon. Brian, I want to switch gears a little bit and ask you to assess the state's case, if you would. In your opinion, do you think that the state has met its burden? Because we know their case is already concluded in terms of the case in chief. All that would be left would be perhaps rebuttal and closing arguments. Right. But have they met their required burden in your eyes?
I think they absolutely have, Julie. And one of the things that people that watch cases on TV and movies think is that it's always a complete slam dunk, that there's always just a 100% smoking gun. When you say beyond a reasonable doubt, and good prosecutors always bring this up, it doesn't mean beyond every possible shred of doubt. Otherwise, there's no way the government could do its function at protecting the public safety. What we have here are very compelling. There's blood evidence in his car, the victim's blood. We have what appears to be some circumstantial evidence that he was following this victim, that he got into an argument with the victim. We have the evidence of rage vis-a-vis the stab wounds that ultimately were indicative of a fury. I mean, she was stabbed something like 9 times. You had a stab through the skull. These are the kinds of things that are all kind of coming together and pointing towards this one defendant. There's a very compelling, and I do mean compelling, interview that he has with law enforcement, in which he is essentially placing himself in all of the important places. He says that her body was in the car. He leads them to where the body is. There's only one person that's going to be able to do that, and that is this particular defendant. So all of those facts are incredibly helpful. I also really like the way the prosecutor handled that witness, because once you have those facts, you use them with every witness. Yeah, Julie.
You're so right. You're spot on with that, Brian. And another thing I want you to do is help us analyze the Robert Durst case, because we're getting word that the judge just took the bench and the state is calling a witness. So that case beginning on your coast, Brian, where you are out west in California.